Welcome to Business Matters, a program produced by the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with ActonTV. I'm your host, Kathleen McDonald, Executive Director of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce. Business Matters is a program which features chamber members and highlights information important to businesses in the Middlesex West community. The music you hear at the beginning of Business Matters and during the closing credits has been especially composed for Business Matters by composer Gregory Villefranc. Business Matters would like to recognize and thank Gregory Villefranc for sharing his tremendous talents with Business Matters by creating such a wonderful composition, especially for our program. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters Danielle Fryer, who's the independent business owner of New England Forever Aloe. Danielle, welcome to Business Matters.
Thank you. Hi.
We're so glad to have you.
Well, thank you for having
coming.
me.
So tell me a little bit about what made you decide to start distributing Forever Living's organic aloe vera products.
I started to distribute them because I was using them myself. I'd used them for years, and I had such amazing health benefits from them that I wanted to share them with others.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. And I understand there's a number of different aloe vera products through Forever Living.
Yes.
And what are some of your favorites?
They have over 300.
Oh my goodness.
Their health and wellness products is personal products. My favorite is the drinking gel, because from a health and wellness point of view, I myself had lots of health issues. And I started drinking the drinking gel, which is, as I said, just the inner fillet of the plant, nothing else. And it gets into your system 4 times faster than water. So when you're drinking the gel, it soaks in, it gets down to a cellular level. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. So it really helps with digestion issues, support your immune system. It's just an amazing plant and one of our best-selling products.
Oh, wonderful. And I know when we were speaking earlier, you mentioned you've experienced a tremendous weight loss in the last year.
I have.
And how did you accomplish that through the Forever Living products?
I decided to start off with a cleanse, which is an easy 9-day cleanse. Easiest thing I've ever done. I've just turned 50 and it was so simple. I did the cleanse with Garcinia, the drinking gel, shakes, healthy eating. It helped me rethink how I was eating, when I was eating, and what I was eating. And I've just continued with the shakes and the drinking gel. I wasn't able to exercise because I'd had knee surgery. Mm-hmm. So to lose 60 pounds in 10 months from a healthy point of view and be able to feel better with my arthritis and my fibromyalgia for me is fabulous, and have more energy
wonderful.
And be a better mom.
Excellent. That's so wonderful. Now, can I ask, how many times a day were you drinking or still are drinking the aloe vera gel?
Twice a day. 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces at night.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. And it's delicious. It's a little bit pulpy, so I just, you just drink it straight down, and it does taste a little bit like drinking a plant, but we have different flavors.
Uh-huh.
So
wonderful.
it's not unpleasant.
Can you tell me a little bit more about specifically what the benefits of drinking aloe vera are?
So there's so many benefits. There's over 200 benefits.
My goodness.
It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's great for your hair, your skin. It helps balance your digestive system. It helps balance your gut. Mm-hmm. I have several of my customers have Crohn's, and it's helped support their Crohn's system. I mean, obviously we're not allowed to say that it's not a medical replacement, mm-hmm. but I know that it does help in conjunction with other medications and other health and wellness resources.
That's great, and your skin is glowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've noticed an improvement since using the products, the drinking gel, the facial products, the makeup, everything. I love it.
And I understand these products are suitable for animals as well as young children.
Yes, yes. One of the board of directors is a veterinary surgeon.
Oh.
And the aloe vera drinking gels you can give to animals. Rusty, my Pomeranian, has an ounce of it every morning. There's skincare, there's shampoos, conditioners, there's bee propolis cream, which you can put on sores, on skin. There's a tooth gel, which is fluoride free. So you can actually use that and give it to animals as well as children using it, because mm-hmm. there isn't the fluoride. Mm-hmm. Then there's a veterinary spray that my vet in Littleton is actually endorsing. He's now using it and distributing it along with the tooth gels.
How wonderful. So. And what's this particular vet spray supposed to accomplish?
The veterinary spray has aloe vera in it and vitamin E. So it's soothing to the skin. Apparently, my vet is using it on the parrots because of the skin conditions in their wings.
How wonderful.
So it's really benefiting their bird patients.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit about Forever Living. How long has it been in business, and where is it based?
Forever Living are based in Scottsdale, Arizona. They have been going for nearly 39 years now.
Wow.
They're a multi-billion-dollar company started by Rex McGowan in Arizona, and they now have 3 plantations in Arizona, Dominican Republic, and in Texas. And what I love about Forever Living is they're cruelty-free, everything is ethically sourced, everything is organic, and they also own their airspace. So they can guarantee that everything is kept organic. They've got little goats running around the field as their pest control.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. And also, I understand that Forever Living is a multi-level marketing organization.
Yes.
And so tell me about what are some of the incentives with this company and what makes this particular organization's multi-level marketing different from other organizations?
Forever Living manufacture everything themselves. So they manage to keep their costs down that way. But then because they do that, their incentives to their business owners like myself are fantastic. They offer a car plan when you reach a certain level. They offer 2 global holidays per year. There's a global rally, then there's the Eagle Manager Retreat, 5-star paid holiday for 2 to go around the world, and these destinations that they have for training is amazing. Then there's also the chairman's bonus. So if you reach a certain level, which my upline manager reached within the first year, you then go on the rally and you get an extra check that can be anywhere from $1,000, $2,000 up to $1 million. I've seen some people that have been in the business for 5-6 years who have had a check for nearly $1 million, and that's a yearly extra incentive that you can get.
My goodness, what incentives?
Yeah, the incentives are huge.
Oh,
and then with me, because my upline manager is in England, she then gives her own incentives. So there's no penalty for not reaching a certain level. You can work at your own pace. You can do this part-time, full-time, work it around the kids as I do. And then she also gives incentives of if you do a certain level this month, you can get an iPad. They'll do a pamper weekend. So there's always an extra added bonus if you can work your business a little bit harder.
It's always very helpful to work towards a goal.
It is.
And
it's rewarding, and they help you look at why you are working as hard as you are, what makes you thrive to work hard. For me, it's my family.
That's great.
And to be able to stay at home and be a full-time mom and take care of my kids and be there when they get off the school bus and be there to do their homework.
A great working solution.
Yeah, it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So we discussed before that Forever Living offers a willable income. Can you tell us more about what that means and how that works?
God forbid if anything happened to me, because I have a downline now, I have people on my team. I have men and women on my team. So if anything were to happen to me, the case credits, the money that my downline is making, that my team is making, would then continue to be paid monthly to my family.
That's wonderful. That's an incredible philosophy for an organization to take on for its
because
affiliates.
They put their business owners first. Forever Living are very passionate about everything that they do and about giving the most that they can for their business owners.
It's very obvious in some of the incentives that they've offered and some of the policies that they put in place.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I made this decision a year and a half ago to start distributing these, because for me it's been life-changing, not just for my health, but for my business, for my family.
Wonderful.
For our future.
Yeah. I want to switch gears for a quick minute and just talk about your relationship with the Middlesex West Chamber, how that came about, and how you've seen that benefit your business.
Oh, it's been fabulous. I originally met Tony Tony Rivera? Rivera, yeah. At a health and wellness event about a year and a half ago. And we just started talking, and I wasn't aware of the West Middlesex Chamber of Commerce. So got in contact, and I think you and I spoke, and I originally joined up. And you've been a tremendous support helping promote my business, the seminars, the events that you do, the network marketing meetings. It's been a tremendous amount of support. And now this.
Oh, that's great. This is a free benefit to our members. Isn't that great?
It's fabulous. And then you do, emails come out. You sit there personally and you hand type these emails and you send them out to your members and you support them and you offer all these extra fabulous incentives that I wouldn't get anywhere else.
We're
So
here
thank
to
you for
serve
that.
our business community,
No,
and
you
your
do that.
success is our success.
Yes.
So we're very thrilled to have you,
Thank
and
you.
we're so thrilled to learn more about this amazing business that you
Thank
have,
you.
and wish you tremendous success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would like to remind our viewers about a after-hours business networking event that's coming up at the Neshoba Valley Ski Area's Sunset Tiki Bar at 79 Powers Road in Westford. And that is taking place on Tuesday, August 30th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. So please join us for networking and making connections with area business professionals that are so vital to your success. Pre-registration is encouraged so our host may know how many people to plan for. The event is sponsored by Cambridge Savings Bank and Workers Credit Union. Members are $10 and guests are $20. I look forward to welcoming you on August 30th. We will be back shortly with our next guest.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Business Matters. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters Jared Hoole, President and founder of Lakeside Financial Planning. Welcome to Business Matters, Jared.
Yes, Kathleen, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
I'm so glad you came. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and why did you choose to get involved in financial planning industry?
Sure. Well, I began my career in the corporate tax world, started off in public accounting. Specifically, I was in the international tax group working with multinational corporations to try to develop different strategies and align them to be more tax efficient. And it was a really great experience. I enjoyed that. There was some travel involved. But after a while, I knew it was time for a change. I felt like I really wasn't making a difference in people's lives. You know, it's hard to move the needle when you're working for a billion-dollar corporation. So I knew it was time to make a change, and I thought I could use some of my financial skills to help make a difference in the lives of people and individuals. So I find it just fascinating to help somebody, whether it's save for college or help them to retire, because you can actually make a real difference in their lives. And, it's very gratifying for me.
So important, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, great. So tell me a little bit about what type of business Lakeside Financial Planning is and what services you offer.
Sure. Well, at Lakeside, we focus on individuals and families. Our primary concern is to grow wealth, protect assets, and most importantly, help clients reach their goals. So we do that through comprehensive financial planning, which means that we evaluate all aspects of your financial life. So we cover, you know, the obvious retirement and investment management, to cash flow, budgeting, debt management. We also look at insurance, estate planning, and we spend a lot of our time focusing on tax planning and tax preparation. One thing here at Lakeside we're famous for saying is that we like to take control of the areas in life that we actually can control. So we can't control what the stock market or what the economy is going to do 5 years from now, but if we can help save a client a few $100s or $500 on their tax return today, that might make a difference in the future. So we try to focus on those things. We're very tax-centric here. Obviously, that correlates well with my background. And with our retainer clients, they can meet with us or speak with us as often as necessary. So I always like to tell clients, it's better to call me before you make the decision than afterwards, because sometimes it's kind of hard to rewind things. If you already drive the car off the lot, it's hard to take it back. So
Yeah, right.
I'd rather them give me a call and say, should I buy this car or lease it? I'm thinking of a new car or used car, and then we can have a discussion based on that.
Yeah, so call first.
Yes, call first, please.
And tell me a little bit, how is Lakeside Financial Planning different from other planning and financial planning firms?
Sure. Well, at Lakeside, we provide unbiased, objective, fee-only advice. And what that means is we're not compensated based off any product recommendations or referrals we make. We also operate under a fiduciary capacity, and what that means is that we always place the client's interest ahead of our own. And lastly, unlike some of the larger firms out there, we're not obligated to sell any proprietary products. So we're able to go to the marketplace and find the best solution for our clients, whether that be a local business here in town or an agency out in Denver, Colorado.
Very good, very good. So you mentioned fee only. Why would someone want to be involved with or choose a fee only advisor?
Sure. Well, let me start by just defining fee only for those out there who are not really sure what it means. Fee only means that they're only compensated, the advisor is only compensated by the client themselves. That could be through a variety of different methods, whether it's a annual retainer fee, an assets under management fee, or even an hourly fee. But the bottom line is the advisor is not getting compensated based on product sales or referrals they make. When I say product sales, that could be a mutual fund, an annuity, a life insurance product. So any recommendations that a fee-only advisor makes, they're not going to be compensated based on those recommendations. I find that important because I think with the other fee structure, there can be an inherent conflict of interest there. The real issue is it gets a little muddy when an advisor is making a recommendation on a product that they're being compensated for, as far as where to draw the line on whose interest it's really made for, the advisor or the client.
It really seems like the fee only is really with the client's best interest at heart.
I feel so too. I think also most fee-only advisors operate under that fiduciary capacity where they're obligated to put the client's interest first. And I think they're more likely to look at the broad universe as far as products and solutions rather than a small slice of things. So I think you get a little bit more comprehensive advice there.
So if I was starting out and I was just trying to ascertain what are the benefits for me to work with a financial planner, what would you say to me?
Well, I think in today's fast-paced society, that there's so many products out there that it can often be confusing and complicated trying to understand everything. It can even make your head spin. So I think working with someone that will take the time to sit down with you to help you understand not only exactly what you're looking at, but what other options exist is a very valuable tool, because ultimately you want to make sure that you're making the best decision for not only you, but for your family as well. And another real advantage I find working with an advisor is they can help clients avoid certain pitfalls. So it's not uncommon for a client to call me up and tell me that their neighbor or their brother is wanting them to invest in a startup company, and what should they do about that? So, you know, it's good to have a sounding board where you can kind of bounce ideas off and make sure that you understand the full ramifications of a decision before you go ahead and make that decision.
And what are the things that differentiate Lakeside Financial Planning from other firms? Why would someone choose to work with you?
Well, at Lakeside, we provide a level of service that's really personal. We meet with clients very regularly, and we really just take pride in being approachable and accessible. And I think a lot of the larger firms, that's hard to do. We're committed to providing a value that's well beyond our fee. So any prospect that comes in, we'll sit down, gather information with them, and then we'll show them a proposal of all the areas we can add value in their life. Because we don't believe that someone should hire a financial advisor if they can't save them more than they charge them. So I think that's one thing that makes us a big difference. Another area we're real different than most firms is that all our plans are individual customized for our clients. So we're going to take a look at a client's goals, their values, their needs, and their circumstances to make sure that we design a plan that's really in harmony with them and their future. Your goals and values may be different than that of your brother or your neighbor, so we want to make sure that each one of our plans is customized to our client.
So it's a combination of real quality customer service, but also individualized service.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lastly, I would
Excellent.
say that the implementation process. We feel that no matter how good the plan is, if you don't follow through with the implementation, then it doesn't do the client a service. So we'll work with the clients, whether they need a pat on the back or a kick in the butt, to make sure that the plan gets implemented. And as you know, life changes. So when things do change, we're there to help the client update the plan and revise things accordingly.
Yeah, that flexibility is so important, isn't it?
It is, because life is always changing.
It is true. I know that you've been very active in the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce, and we commend you for that. And if you could just share with our audience a little bit about what your involvement and your experience with the Chamber's been, that would be great.
Sure. I've been very active in the Chamber for probably almost 2 years since I joined, really. Right now, I'm currently serving on the board of directors, and I'm also a member of the scholarship committee. Just this past year, I served as the treasurer, and I was the chair of the Business Builders Group. The Business Builders Group is a CEO roundtable where different non-competing businesses can bounce ideas off one another, whether it's an employment issue or a marketing issue or just looking for referrals. Basically, the group works together to generate ideas in a confidential format, and that was very beneficial.
And it's very popular as well.
It is, yes.
Yes, yeah. It's helpful for everyone around that table. And tell me specifically your involvement and connection with the Chamber. How has that helped your business? How has Lakeside Financial Planning benefited, and your collaboration with other businesses and other Chamber members?
I think just based on the relationships and the development that I've made with other professionals. I've got trusted colleagues that I can go to if I have a question on estate planning or an insurance product. I'm able to give them a call and get an answer that I know is accurate and up to date. And that is just valuable to me and to my clients as well. So I think that's been a wonderful benefit of joining the Chamber. Also, I think that a lot of people join the Chamber for the wrong reason. They think that just because they join a Chamber that business is going to be filtered right into them. And I think it's important to know that joining a Chamber is about building connections. And rather than trying to sell something to somebody else in the Chamber, you're better off finding another business that has similar customers or similar client base and figure out ways that you can work together or cross-market together. And that's really where you're going to get the most bang for your benefit.
And it's very important to collaborate and partner together. We're not we're individual businesses, but we're interdependent.
Yes. Most recently, I was working on an estate planning article. I do a monthly newsletter, and I reached out to Melissa over at Levine Pirro Law. We had a quick discussion, and Melissa was gracious enough to offer my readers a 20% discount on their comprehensive estate plan.
Wonderful.
So that was a wonderful opportunity for both Lakeside and Levine Pirro.
Yes.
And did wonderful for my clients and any other of my readers that have gone in there.
Great. So I want to get back to financial planning for a quick second. Why is it important for people to plan for their future? And is there a particular age when people should start becoming truly serious about their financial plans for the future?
Sure. Well, I think, unfortunately, there's a general inclination with the younger generation to kind of put off savings. They might say things like, oh, I'll have more money now. I just graduated college. I'll have a better job in 2 years or 5 years. And this procrastination is really an unhealthy habit. While it's true you may be making more money in 5 or 10 years from now, most likely your life's going to change. You may own a house by then. You could be married and have kids. And ultimately, things get a lot more complicated then. So while you may have more money, that's not necessarily easier to save down the road. So, and it's very hard to make up for lost time savings. So I always encourage clients to start saving earlier. As far as a particular time goes, I would say in our financial lives, the most crucial period is probably the 10 years before retirement and going into the first 5 or 10 years of retirement. There's a lot of changes going on. Your income's changing. You may be going off of a private health care into a Medicare, deciding when to collect Social Security. So there's a lot of balls in the air, and it's really important to have a sound strategy in place. So I would really recommend that anyone serious should get a plan in place at least 10 years before their projected retirement date, because they really want to make sure that the retirement vision in their head is plausible in reality.
Excellent. Excellent advice.
Yeah, thank you.
For all of our community to take in mind. And I want to wish you the very best, continued success with Lakeside Financial Planning. And thank you so much for coming to Business Matters today. We really learned a lot.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you, Jared. And just a few reminders before we go to break. On Tuesday, August 30th, there will be an after-hours business networking event at Neshoba Valley Ski Area's Sunset Tiki Bar at 79 Powers Road, Westford, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Please join us. And also in the fall, we have 2 great events. Please save the dates for. Friday, October 21st, there's an exciting one-day business conference that the Middlesex West Chamber is co-producing with the Metro West Chamber of Commerce. The business conference will take place at Mill in Maine, formerly known as the Digital Mill, in Maynard, in the Ken Olson Auditorium. For further information on this event, please visit our website at www.mwcoc.com. And in November, the Chamber's Taste of Middlesex, one of the Chamber's signature events, will take place on Tuesday, November 15th at the Westford Regency Ballroom from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Please bring your family and friends as all 8 towns in our region celebrate a food, wine, and beer extravaganza, showcasing 40 restaurants, wineries, bakeries, breweries, and other specialty food vendors. You will not want to miss the event of the year. Please mark your calendars now. Tickets go on sale on July 20th with a special early bird rate going through to the end of Labor Day at $25 per ticket. Please mark your calendars for these special events, and we will be back shortly with our next guest.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Welcome back to Business Matters. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming to Business Matters Saad Dino,
Thank you.
owner of Acton Pharmacy in Acton.
Yes, ma'am.
And welcome to Business Matters. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, great, great. I understand that Acton Pharmacy is a family-owned business.
It is.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the pharmacy?
I'd be glad to. Thanks again for having me. I appreciate it. Acton Pharmacy has been in the community since the 1920s. It was in the corner of Central Street and Mass Ave way back early on. And then we believe in the 1950s, the pharmacy moved to its current location. Mm-hmm. In the 1960s, that was owned by Jack Stoller. In the 1960s, Mr. Del Canoia bought it. And then my brother and I, my brother's also a pharmacist, we bought the store on August 1st, 1997. So we've been the owners of that pharmacy for that long. It's been an incredible thing for us. It's a great community, great support from our customers, and we love being part of Acton.
That's great. That's great. And so what, I didn't realize that the pharmacy went back as long as it did.
It's amazing. We have, I'm sure you're going to get to the other location, but each location of ours has history, and it's something that we kind of pride ourselves on.
Wonderful.
To continue that tradition of having a pharmacy in the communities, we believe is very important. And like I said, the support of the community has been absolutely tremendous in all 3 of our locations. So
that's great.
We totally appreciate that.
Tell me a little bit about the types of services that you offer and how those services are different or compared to some of the chain retail pharmacies that we all experience.
So, Acton Pharmacy is a retail pharmacy. But above and beyond that is that we also have, we provide delivery service to locally and surrounding towns. We have three delivery individuals that help us in that task, and that's something that gets utilized by our older population as well as younger population, whether it's a mom with a baby and such. So it's a great service that we provide in that aspect. We also provide compounding services, which we will get into later on, and as well as we have a specialty packaging system that we utilize for compliance. As our population is getting a little older, some people are on a lot of medications that require, yes, they could utilize the pill boxes, but this goes above and beyond where we're helping them become compliant. We're managing their medications from A to Z. We're keeping an eye on refills and delivering it on a monthly basis per their request and such. So that's the kind of services that we provide. And I think we also provide a personal touch that perhaps others don't. And generations have been coming to us for reasons, and we need to continue that tradition and that personal touch. And
quality of care.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about what compounding is.
Sure.
And why would some people need that?
Okay, sure. So, we have a state-of-the-art compounding lab that we've always been compounding for a long time. My dad is a pharmacist. Like I said, my brother's a pharmacist. My dad always taught us about compounding and the importance of compounding. What compounding is, it allows a medication to be made specific to a patient's needs. Meaning, not everything on the shelf could be utilized, let's say for you or me. Maybe there's an inactive ingredient in there that we can't tolerate, whether it's lactose or otherwise. So we start a product from scratch, utilizing ingredients that the customer or the patient is not allergic to. It's just like the old days, pharmacy goes way back, centuries old. We use mortar and pestle. Obviously now we've moved on to some cool equipment that we utilize in our lab on a daily basis. But we're able to provide the individual with a personalized medication that they need, whether it's in a liquid form, whether it's in a cream form, whether it's in a lozenge or something that they could suck on because it needs to be got into the system right away. And there's different other avenues that we utilize in the compounding arena. Again, it's personalized medication, helping the doctor and the patient and us, work together to come up with something that's very patient specific. And very individualized, depending on their needs, depending on, and it's many arenas. We have some we utilize compounding for our patients, but also for their pets. Sometimes, owners have a hard time getting medication into their pets. We'll flavor it into a liquid form that's with liver or beef or fish flavored, so that way they could, dispense that medication to their animals. So compounding, plays a very special role in the overall health, health of the patient, in case off-the-shelf products can't be utilized.
And that's a wonderful service that you offer.
It's it's been really rewarding for us. We've had many nice phone calls from parents or the individuals themselves, saying how much this has helped them tremendously.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So tell me a little bit more about this service that you have for seniors to help them with their medications.
Sure. We have what we call a compliance packaging system called Medicine on Time. And basically, you know, we start first utilizing it in assisted living facilities. In this system, we are monitoring refills. We are packaging it. The system is basically by color by day. So in the morning it's yellow in a yellow packet because the sun is out. At night it's dark because it's, you know, it's in a blue compartment because it's dark outside. So and everything is labeled on the back. It's like a calendar format. So today's June 23rd. I'm going to take it at 6 p.m. and then it has its own card, and you just follow it. We monitor refills. We're in, you know, there's discontinuation or addition of medications. We're taking care of that right away. So basically, what we're trying to do is making sure that the individual is taking their medications correctly and taking the medications up to date what the doctor has ordered for them. So that way, you know, we believe in better compliance equals better health.
Absolutely.
And you know, as like I said, you know, one of the right now with admission to hospitals and such, compliance, it plays a huge role in medication management, and we want to be part of that. We want to make sure that that service is provided to our customer base, and you know, if they need it, we have it, and we'll be glad to do it for them.
So I understand you have a number of locations. Tell me about the other locations and Acton Pharmacy's relationship to them.
Sure. So, you know, as I mentioned earlier, my father's a pharmacist. I come from a family of pharmacists. My dad's a pharmacist. My wife is a pharmacist. My brother's a pharmacist, and I have 7 first cousins that are pharmacists. So pharmacy is in our blood. We have our sister stores. We have Keys Drug in Newton, Auburndale, the village of Auburndale in the city of Newton. That store has been around since 1886 as a pharmacy, and it's, you know, I remember working there when I was a kid, you know, helping my father, and you know, that has some history behind it as well. And we also have a sister store in West Concord Pharmacy, that was owned by the Carr family since the 50s, and then we bought it, and my brother and I purchased the pharmacy in October of 2008, and have had that pharmacy for, you know, since that time. So the 3 locations play a vital role in the community, we believe. Has great followers, great following of customers, and we pride ourselves of giving that individualized, you know, individualized care, exceptional service to each and every single person that walks through our door. You know, like I said, they all have a history behind them, and my brother and I's goal is to continue that history for a long, long time to come. So.
And a real involvement in your communities. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So, you know, for example, in Acton, we're involved with Little League. We've sponsored Little League. We've sponsored a lot of events in the community, whether it's a school or a charity event and such. And in Concord, you know, our pharmacist is very involved with the chamber, with the Council on Aging. We just believe that to be part of this community, you have to be involved. You know, we try to do our best to spread our funds to the different organizations that play a vital role in the community, like I said, and you know, whatever we can do, we'll be glad to do it. And you know, if we're capable of doing it, we're going to do it. So.
That's great. That's great. And you're a very loyal member of the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce. And tell us a little bit about how you've seen your chamber membership and involvement benefit the Acton Pharmacy.
So, you know, like I said, we purchased the store in 1997, and I believe the following year we joined the Chamber of Commerce. And I remember it was a little smaller chamber, but has grown tremendously. And you know, the chamber has played a vital role in growing my business. We've hosted 3 or 4 events at our store that was very well attended by other chamber members. The unity that the chamber brings from a business perspective is amazing. We've attended many seminars that the chamber has hosted, and you know, the chamber has a role of promoting business, and I think it does a fantastic job doing that. And I thank you, and I thank the chamber and the board of directors for the amount of work and effort they put in to promoting the local businesses to the community.
That's great. I mean, we all need each other, don't we?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a small world and we all need each other.
You're absolutely right. What types of quality and safety regulations do you adhere to in order to create that quality customer care that we talked about before?
Sure. So, with pharmacy, I think it's one of the most regulated, professions, I believe, in the country. We're dealing with the Board of Pharmacy regulations. We're dealing with federal regulations, whether it's the DEA or or other agencies that we have to adhere to. So we do our best to make sure that we're up to date with with the rules and regulations. I'm very involved in the pharmacy profession. I try to advocate for pharmacy in Washington, D.C. or locally at the State House. Have hosted many events trying to promote pharmacy. I think pharmacy plays a vital role in our healthcare, and we as pharmacists are sometimes the defense mechanism or the first line of defense to trying to get the care to our residents and our patients and our customers, and we want to make sure that continues for a long time. Rules and regulations are something that we have to adhere to in this profession and with any other profession, but that we believe being involved, trying to get to the most up-to-date regulations and rules that we have to abide by, that all our staff are aware of it, and attending continuing education and such is vital, and we believe that transcends into better quality for our customers.
That's great. And tell me a little bit about the reasons why you believe that it's so important for our Middlesex West community to have an independently owned pharmacy.
Well, I think any independent business is vital, and we believe pharmacy is an important aspect. There's many pharmacy providers out there. I think independents, in my opinion, and I'm biased obviously, provide a better service when it comes down to looking deep into it. The delivery service we provide, the extra care that we could provide, we believe we do a better job at it. It's that personal touch. It's that knowing the person that walks through the door, knowing exactly what they want before they even ask for it, and that's built through many years of trust, many years of being part of that community, and it is vital. I know it's funny that sometimes people move to Acton or move away from Acton to a community where there's no independent pharmacy, and they will call me on the phone and say, we miss having the independent pharmacy in our community, and you kind of glad to hear that, but sad at the same time that there's that kind of pharmacy does not exist in the community they moved into. So independent pharmacy has been around for a long time, and we hope that this will continue. We hope, at least as Acton Pharmacy, Keys Drug, and West Concord Pharmacy, to be part of our communities for many years to come, decades hopefully.
Great. And we wish you continued success.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In all of your endeavors, and just onward and upward, as they say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Saad, for coming.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
What a pleasure.
Thank you. Take care.
And I hope you can join Business Matters in September as we look forward to welcoming 3 new, diverse Middlesex West Chamber members to take part in Business Matters. They're new to Business Matters, but not new to the Chamber. And they are Emerson Hospital, Not Your Problem IT Services, and Fruitlands Museum. Thank you very much for watching Business Matters. The Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce would like to acknowledge and thank our broadcast sponsors, Emerson Hospital and the Westford Regency Inn and Conference Center.